Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the HerStoryTV and the HerStory podcast. This is Getrude Matshe here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And tonight I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating lady. Welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, how old you are, and share your story with us today.
Hi, my name's Andrea, and I'm the founder of Saving Dreams, a charity supporting the underprivileged. I am 55 years old, originally from India, but now settled in London, and this is my story. My story is about being a strong one. Everyone has a niche, you just need to find it. My niche was inspiring others to make a difference in the world we live in. I turned my story into my passion. I was always called the strong one. I was always called the strong one in my family because helping and supporting each other was normal and everyone looked after each other. And then at a very young age, I faced the death of my brother, my friend, and other trauma in my family. And it was a choice I had to take. It was either I be the strong one or I become a victim of circumstances. And there was no way I was going there because I realized I could be the strong one. And from being the strong one, I could support others. What really broke my heart and still breaks my heart is seeing children suffer. So, from my background as a volunteer and fundraiser, I realized I could do something for children who are ill to make the difference in their lives because I believe that everyone can use a strong one in their environment, supporting them to be as normal as possible, to be a real child. That matters a lot to me. That is why I make sure they have it in the form of laptops, smartphones, and a very solid education. I do not have to prove to myself I am the strong one, but I want to be the shoulder where others can stand and grow from. This is my aim. And so, whatever it is, whether looking after children in hospices or homes and families, can really have a safe ground around them and have the best life possible in the short time they have. So, whether they are the children in London, India, or elsewhere, they need to grow up whole as possible. Life is too short and complicated, but if we have a goal, a dream, the decision we take seems to be mission critical. You just need that one person who you have trust in and can guide you. And I want to be that. And that is me, and it can be you because I believe everyone strong deserves a strong one. And yes, it let it be me, but it can be you too. That's my
That's a
story.
fascinating story. How old were you when you lost your brother?
I was about between 14 and 15.
And how old was your brother? Was he older or
He,
younger
wa-
than
he
you?
was he was 4 years old. He had just completed his 18th birthday.
Oh, man.
And
Now, these life-changing moments can either define you or change the path that your life has actually gone. You know, right now we are going through this coronavirus pandemic, and a lot of people are losing loved ones.
mm,
A lot of us have lost loved ones and haven't been even able to go back home to bury our parents, like I lost my mother last year. What did you do to cope with the grief? I can see that you decided not to focus on your pain, but to turn that pain into something positive.
yeah, it happened in come 2019,
Mm.
late December 2019 and January. My other brother got sick. He had cancer. So he was hospitalized a lot, and I had quite a few other like aunts and uncles and friends who had the same sort of thing in cancer. So I used to support all of them, and there were times where it was too much. And then I
Mm.
actually felt stressed out and collapsed one day at home, and had to be hospitalized and had surgery on myself. And it was due to stress and taking on a lot. So
Mm.
I decided to leave my full time job as a law enforcement officer
Okay.
and start my own charity. So come during pandemic last year, I started the charity, which was called Saving Dreams, and looking after people who are going through the pandemic with underlying issues
Mm.
such as
Wow.
cancer. And yeah, because I saw it happening firsthand to my brother.
Firsthand.
Yeah, he got
Yes.
it. Cancer took him to hospital, but I think COVID ended his life.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
So,
These
and that's
are
what,
very, very
yeah,
difficult times.
it
Wow.
is. Yeah, and that made my mind up to say, I think I should support other people and do for them. Do if I can do it for my family, I think I can do it for others in the community.
So, you know, normally people who are go givers, people like you, there has been a defining moment in time in your life when someone gave to you. Can you think of an incident in your life that you think might have influenced the way you are? Because this is not something that's done by a lot of people. Who
Mm,
changed your
uh,
life? What story can you tell us about being given something?
uh, Not on the top of my head, but because I do a lot of volunteering and charity work. I have been doing
Hmm.
for a long time, for over 10 years,
Right.
doing fundraising and charity work for other charities, and seeing a lot of people doing that. And when you work with other charities, when you volunteer with other charities, it's you don't get your own choice of what you can do. You do it
No.
what they do according to their ethos, their rules. and
Yes.
i and I saw that, and I could not, within those charities, I couldn't do other stuff which I really
Right.
wanted to do. And I wanted to help, especially underprivileged and terminally ill children and their families, which
Right.
I went to India once. It was last year in March when I
Hmm.
lost my brother. Then I went visiting a couple of the NGOs in India and seen
Hmm.
these children firsthand as to how they are. And even though they've got a limited time on their hands, they
Yes.
know what state of thing of their life they are. They did not give up hope. And that made me realize, and that's what got me the name Saving Dreams, because looking at them,
Ah.
saw them like they were in a cage and they
Hmm.
needed to be free and do what they
Yes.
want to do in the time they've got left. And that's
Right.
what that was went on in my mind, and the thoughts created Saving Dreams.
Wow. Now, why is giving so important for the future of humanity, do you think?
Okay. It. I've believed in myself and believed in my dreams, and I've
Yeah.
always had dreams about giving other people, not wanting anything in return, just giving, and it makes that difference. That
Mm.
one person, if one person a day does something,
Yeah.
that makes that difference to the world, and it changes the world. Just if everyone thought the same as me and made
Yes.
that one difference.
And it adds up. It adds up.
Yes.
The more we are doing, the more we are giving, it just grows bigger and bigger. And then the world's problems are not that big anymore. I
No.
think what's happening now is that people see all of these issues, the challenges people are going through, and they think,
Mhm.
what can I do? What can I do to make a
Yeah.
difference in the world? But making a difference could be as simple as smiling at a stranger in a supermarket and it makes their day.
Yeah.
People are in so much isolation and the loneliness that we're feeling without contact with family.
Mhm.
Everybody in your neighborhood, just checking on with your next door neighbor and saying, hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for a few days, can make a
Yeah.
difference, right?
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm actually a community champion in my area for COVID, and I help out with the homeless projects and
Yes.
small things, not big. I don't take on big projects, but small
Yeah.
projects, helping other charities, helping the volunteers who want to help me in my small projects. So that's yeah. So it's small things at a time.
Yeah. It's small things and just one step at a time. They
Yes.
say in Africa, how did the ant eat the elephant? And it's one bite at a time,
Right at time. Yeah.
especially when it looks so big and insurmountable. You just have to keep
Mm.
chipping away at it in small ways. And then, of course, enrolling other people to see the vision of what you're doing. Like now, you have
Mm.
this nonprofit, you have this charity. How can people find you? What is the name of your website?
I've got two websites. I've got one website which is savingdreams.org.uk,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and my own is andreamalam.co.uk.
Okay. So on
And
either one of
yeah,
those,
either one
people
of
can get in
them.
touch.
Yeah, yeah. It's on most of the social media platforms anyway. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter. So yeah,
Yes. All
yeah.
right. So if I was to take you back
Mm,
to the younger you when your brother
mm.
died, the first brother passed away, and you were dealing with grief, you had to find ways to cope, to remain positive, and just keep on living without him.
I
What
think that
three
yeah. Sorry.
what three nuggets of wisdom could you give somebody who is in this situation right now in this moment that we're speaking, based on what life has taught you?
Mm, life has taught me to believe in yourself and live one day at a time
Mhm.
and live your dreams, because I am living my dreams.
Yeah.
Because if I had stayed in that situation at that
Mm.
time and not done something, not moved out of that circumstance and done what I'm doing now. So, and I believe, because this happened in India. And
Yes.
if I had not left that environment and come to the UK, I wouldn't have done. So I believe that I was born in India, but United Kingdom made me.
Okay. Okay.
It's believing in yourself and you can do
Yeah.
it. My motto is, if I can, I think anyone can.
I love that. And so then your story becomes the source of inspiration for somebody else who might be in the same space and is
Yeah.
looking for the way, the
Yes,
how.
my aim is to inspire others to do what I've done. And it's just about sharing what my story and what I've done in my life. Even though
Yes.
it took me a long time, it's until I reached 50, I was in a normal day job and day
Yes.
and night 24-hour job. But it's taken me quite a lot, quite in the last 5 years, I've really evolved.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And they say that all of the challenges that we go through personally, we go through them so we can become teachers.
Yes.
So we can give other people a shortcut on how they can step into the space and become givers as well. So if
Yeah.
I was to take you into the future, let's say time is an illusion, your past, your present exist in the same timeline, and I can teleport you to the 100-year-old you,
Mm.
and you are sitting in your rocking chair with your dog, with your cat, with your grandchildren, with your children, and you are reflecting back on this amazing life that you created. What would you say to this amazing woman?
Mm. Live the life I have lived. Because to be a thing, I've actually started doing my obituary at the
Okay.
moment,
Oh, wow. We have something in
and
common.
yeah, because it's, as you say, the greatest legacy that we can give to others is how you make them feel about themselves.
Yes.
And yeah, so I just want my life at that time. If I'm still here around or if I'm not, I want my life to be celebrated.
I love that.
And because I've done my life, I've lived my life challenging my limits to the maximum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. You and I have got so much in
Mhm.
common. I lost a young brother in 2009, so that's one common
Oh,
thread.
yeah.
My
Oh.
youngest brother died of AIDS, and his death gave me back my life.
Mm,
You
mm.
know how death will wake you
I,
up to life?
yeah, I think losing someone who's very close to you makes
Mm,
you think, make the thoughts go through you, and makes you do something to make that difference.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. My brother, I overcame all of my fears the year that he died. You know, I had a fear of heights. I went
Mm.
skydiving. I can't swim. I went deep sea diving, although I didn't know how to swim. I bungee jumped off the Victoria Falls Bridge that year, but I
Oh.
got rid of every single fear that I had about living and really started to live.
Yeah, I've traveled the world. I've done loads of challenges around the world, like treks, mountain climbing, and things like that. But one thing I want to do is visit Australia. I've never visited Australia. I've visited a lot of
Okay.
other places around the world, but not that continent. So maybe one day I will.
So, what kind of help do you need in your nonprofit, in your organization right now? Let's give
I
people an opportunity to give.
I I need a lot of sponsors or related to monetary gains sort of thing. And
Yes.
I do a lot of speaking events and workshops, which I don't really charge because I'm actually an emotional intelligence expert, and I do a lot of workshop around emotions and self-awareness,
Mm,
and I do that, and I don't really get paid to do that, or I don't have. I've got courses and all that coming up, but it's not for payment, but it's for a small donation to the charity,
right.
and so it's all going through the charity.
Fantastic.
Mm,
Excellent. So, at least we are giving people an opportunity to participate,
yeah,
to contribute in whatever way they can.
yeah.
Now, is there a question that I should have asked you that I've missed out?
Not really. No, no. We've covered most of it.
I love that. And I'm really excited that you're now part of our tribe. You're going to be running some workshops during the Her Story Online Workshop Summit in October. And you're going to be one of our speakers in September as well. So thank you so much for this interview. And
Thank
thank you
you.
to everybody who tuned in tonight. The Her Story movement is looking for inspiring stories. We're looking for women who are go givers, not go takers. We're looking for people who want to change the world, one story at a time, as a source of inspiration, because you never know who's going to hear your story and who will find some light at the end of their tunnel. So please go onto our website, register to speak. We're looking for speakers in September, October, November, December. The website is the herstorycircle.com. And Andrea, thank you so much again for this amazing interview. It is an
Thank you.
absolute honor to have met you. Don't go away. Good
No.
night, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow with yet another fascinating story. This is Getrude Matshe here in Melbourne, Australia. Have a good day wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.